Welcome to the New Normal Podcast. I want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning in today. If y'all seen the title, we're going to be talking about Miss Shirley today. I think that's the most pressing of topics that we need to talk about, especially in the Black community right now. Even though we got a lot of stuff to talk about today that's coming down the pipeline. We're going to be talking about Job Corp. They closed down Job Corp. We're going to be talking about the divestors getting dismembered today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about and what's going on in our community. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling excellent on this miscellaneous Monday.
I feel good too, even though I'm trying to get a little headache. But hopefully by the time we get done with the screen, I think it's all the bullshit that got me having a little headache.
There's a lot going on in the internet streets, and even just in the
definitely
real
agree.
world.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't think a lot of people are aware or paying attention to what's going on, which is sad.
I think they just don't give a damn. It's hard to kill when you already loaded. You got a loaded plate. You been had a loaded plate, and it's like we didn't got accustomed to that. So
yeah, I agree. I think that's the main thing. Like if you got a family, you gotta go to work, you gotta pay some bills. You got your vices that you like to do, especially on the weekend. You just want to take a load off. You really ain't got time to really care about or add anything extra on your plate.
Nah.
So, like I said, we're gonna hop on into it. We're gonna get into Miss Shirley. And the reason we're gonna talk about Miss Shirley because it's a lot of stuff going on with this little girl. And I don't know if y'all been seeing, this is a little girl that been doing like dances, boots on the ground and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna play the video, this video right here.
I see everybody asking $1 million question. Who called CPS on Miss Shirley mama? Guilty. I didn't know her mama was gonna get on live crashing out afterwards. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn. On my mama, I ain't never had this many people mad at me at one time in my life. I'm not even gonna lie, I was already scared for the little girl while she was doing boots on the ground, goddammit. But then I saw that little Johnny Gill put on your red dress and your high heel videos, and nah, man, I picked up my phone immediately. It's one thing about us talking about this every day, but I feel like somebody had to take action. I mean, it ain't really that bad either. If CPS find out it ain't no case, they gonna drop the case. But if they find that it is a case, then maybe I did do the right thing. One day, Miss Shirley gonna find this video and she gonna thank me one day. She had that little girl putting her boots on the ground, goddamn, and I put my foot down. And don't judge me either, man. I was just looking out. Shit, if anything were to happen to that little girl and all of us grown-ups was just sitting there watching and didn't say shit, goddamn it, then we would be just as guilty as the mama. And for all y'all that's mad at me, I don't care.
So we got to put in context what's going on with Miss Shirley. So this is the little girl who doing the boots on the ground. She gained popularity. She's only about 4 years old. So she's been on, I think, Jennifer Hudson's show. And there are other videos, which I didn't get a chance to rip, where she has on she's doing a Johnny Gill challenge. She has on like a satin red dress, dancing provocative almost as a 4-year-old girl. So you have also, she's developed a presence, social media presence, where I want to say the mama was setting up bookings for a meet and greet. So people can pay, whatever, would take pictures. Yeah. So what I saw circulating where they had a bunch of guys, coming to her stuff, or she will be featured in a part of some of these shows. And she'll have on, I guess, a little section, and she'll be taking pictures with fans. And you saw men picking up, hey, I see you, so cute, woo, woo, woo. But when you look in the back end, it's like, okay, that's all fine and dandy, but where's the father?
See, that's the question I gotta ask.
Would the father be okay with this? And let's say if it was a little boy, would you be okay with old or young strange women coming up to pick your little 3-year-old boy up, hugging and kissing on him because they like him or what he done on social media? You see what I'm saying?
Because when you think about the flip side, when you talk about the little boy, I think about King.
Yeah.
King definitely two times I hear him out there doing stuff that it's not appropriate for a young man to be doing at pool parties with these half-naked girls and shooting dice and a whole bunch of stuff. So when I seen the video, I seen a bunch of these guys picking this young girl up, and it's kind of like, to me, on some predator type shit. We just don't keep it blunt. Like, it was some predator type shit. And the reason I say that is, there's no reason for a grown man to be picking this girl up and having their arms around her butt area. Like
picking up in general, dog.
Yeah, in general, but like I said, it's ways to do it. But then black people, we so weird about people touching our babies, picking them up. But now with a 4-year-old baby, you okay with it because she's making you money, she's becoming this star, she got you on TV and stuff. But as soon as somebody say, hey, don't pick my baby up, or hey, watch how you do whoop the whoop, or don't be kissing them. You got whooping cough. You got a whole bunch of other stuff that we think about as parents. And now that since this person is generating some money, some type of fame, it's okay to do.
Yeah, I just like, because that's why I said, is it exploitation? Because the mama is the she handling all the money. The little girl too young to know what's even going on.
Right.
So she got on live, and you just look at the imagery and the way she's mimicking the mother with the duck lips, the sashaying, the mannerisms, things like that. You could tell she's been watching her mother in action. But
so was he right for calling CPS?
Again, I would say so, because for us to have this narrative that is all this undercover predator shit that is going on, because I follow these pages and it's very rampant. You can't trust nobody, so everything needs to be taken seriously.
Right.
So you're like, man, you exploiting this girl. You got these men over here, you taking over here, and if you the mama handling business, you ain't got no assistance, or if you don't have a team, in some cases you're gonna be away from your daughter. Why we're gonna take her in the dressing room. We're gonna take over here to meet it, get her dressed up, type shit. While you do the paperwork over here, you don't know what's going on in that room with this little girl.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I think every threat, everything even looks like a threat, needs to be looked at, because we have the stigma around your uncles and the pedos in the community that do this for so long, and now you got it's bad when you have independent groups that they don't have a formal organization. Maybe 6 of them or 8 of them. They're going out independently and working these things in Houston and Dallas. You got a bunch. These groups are popping up everywhere, and most of these are white males.
Yeah,
they putting together coalitions and militias to find out who these predators are, because it's too much for the or it's either too much for the police department to take care of, or they just ain't taking care of it. It's not a priority for them to take care of it. So now we taking matters into our own hands.
And see what's scary about calling CPS on somebody. Let's say, like you said, they get dropped, but let's say they take the little girl, something happened in CPS, or let's say they find the case. You don't know if her life gonna be better or worse from being in CPS, because we've heard horror stories about people coming through that system, foster parents, raping them, or like they had the case a couple years ago. The foster parents, the white family, had them churning in cages in the basement. Like, it's so scary to even think that it's systems in place and phone call numbers that you can call to actually have people out there to protect these people. But those people that's in these organizations get in these organizations so they can be the wolf in sheep clothing, so they can actually be close and act like they're helping and saving, but they just want to be close to the kids too. Same as teachers. When we think about teachers, you be like, oh no, teachers doing this because they want to change the world, they want to educate the future. Like, no, if I'm a predator and I want to be around kids all day, being a teacher might be a smart idea. If I want to be a predator, maybe signing up for CPS, smart idea. But they talk about all the people that worked at Disney World that was predators. You look at their background.
The Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts, Catholic churches and stuff. So you got to think like, and I think a lot of people in their mind, because these organizations are supposed to be there to help, they just overlook all the bullshit that come with it.
And if you break down the mind of the black family, the black man and woman versus the other races, to where we have no sense of unity and organization, which we talk offline, and I said, once we start to put together these same organizations that they got, to say, hey, I don't like how you raising that child, we finna come in white folks' houses and stuff like that and take that baby. We heard about you, we finna take them. It's gonna be a war.
Yeah.
But they can do it to us because we're the property to a degree. We view ourselves as we too dependent. Again, you go on your daily basis or your daily duty, and we 30s and 40s, you ain't seen no Chinese person at a gas station yet. You ain't been a neighbor next to no Chinese person yet. You ain't been out to eat sitting next to no Chinese people yet. But you see them in their element. The wing spots, the nail salons, you see them running businesses, the restaurants. They're so disciplined and organized, it won't even be a slip up. Can't nobody say I ain't, because they'll say I ain't never seen it.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen a Chinese person at the gas station. I ain't never seen it. That's how much discipline they got. They ain't gonna even, it ain't even be a slip of the chance I come and fuck with y'all or come near y'all.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if we had, going to your point, CPS definitely has a history and an underlying record of trafficking and things of that nature. That's why we had our own groups. Hey, we need to go check on this situation, and it's black women and men.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what is this? It got to be some type of coding. And I saw the comments, y'all just hating and this, that, and the third. I'm like,
that what made me what was sick to me.
Hating on what?
Right. That was sickening, because it's like, do y'all not see what's going on? And like I said, I'm big on the looks of impropriety. Like, it don't make no sense for these grown men. Like I said, she's 4 years old. Why she can't be a 4-year-old events, children meet and greets? Like, it'd be innocent for a little girl to hug a little girl, a little boy to hug a little girl. But when you got grown men, and then you got this woman, this little girl dancing in this provocative manner in the dress that you described, I can only imagine, because I seen her on the show. She was bent over, flapping her fan and twerking. It really wasn't even like, like, so the other girl, the little white girl they got at the, she's slow grind. This one, this little girl I seen, she was like popping her butt. I'm like, why do you think this okay? And that goes to like something further, like the dancing doll stuff they got. I don't like that. You know what I'm talking about? When they be gyrating, they be a little older. They're not 4 years old, but they had a TV show with the dancing doll. They wear the tight stuff, and they be popping and gyrating and stuff like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's the guys that's going to it, and there's there's enamored by this social media shit, where they paying or traveling and going like, oh yeah, she, I'm like, this can't be of importance to you, dog.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You can't want to be that cool to have this picture with this little girl so you can post on your page to say you met Miss Shirley, or 4-year-old dance phenom, which is a kid. There's some stuff just ain't appealing to me, man.
Right.
So
that's what they said, arrested development. I think a lot of people have that.
Yeah, like, it's just people want to be in the loop of social media. This the cool trending shit to do on TikTok. I want to make sure I attach myself to it.
Yeah, and then see some people going, like I said, disguise them being a predator as support. I just went out to support her. They'll be like, she's young, black. We don't support our own, and they'll put it under that whole guy's umbrella of just support. Come to find out, you there because you're attracted to this little girl, because like I said, she is doing this stuff and it is sexual. Her clothes all tight. When I've seen everything she got, why the girl got to have on all these tight clothes? I don't get it. I get it. Like, 1 minute you want to try to with the barrettes and stuff in the hair to count, always put that she's a kid, but the pants is always tight. The shirt is always tight. She's always bent over. When I'm seeing the clips, I'm saying she's always bent over. And we might have should have played some and put some up here so people can actually see what we're talking about.
I want to find that vid. I gotta find it, but that vid, she got this red dress on, man. I said, what in the? I'm finna find it, man. We gotta play it.
It's called what was it called?
It was a Johnny Gill challenge or something like that.
I'm
gonna find it. It'll be a minute before we can put it up, but here it is right here. Got her putting on heels, dog. This little girl is putting on heels, applying lip gloss, and a wig. And this is to be looked at as cute. This is insane. Didn't I just ask that? And like I said, this is why we want to talk about this type of stuff, because everything has become too acceptable. You see what I'm saying?
Too acceptable.
Dog. And let me see this one too. I said, man, this is insane. It's just a 19-second video. But I think, like I said, and everybody, and you always want to give a little grace, a little bit. Economically, things are tough, so it's almost like, well, I got a way to get us out this situation, out this pickle, but it's at the expense or possible expense of the child. Because it ain't just gonna stay here. She's gonna get more popular.
Now I let you slide the other day with the fashion over and the cheap shit, but you can go find some decent clothes at the thrift store now.
Again, that's just one part of it, just the clothes.
I get it, but I'm saying you can find some decent clothing somewhere. You know what I'm saying, at the thrift store.
But if you look, like I said, when I went to the page, it's a lot of the videos and pictures. The daughter got the same thing the mama got on. Like they got the same, they dressed alike.
Yeah.
Therefore acting alike. Same shit.
Yeah.
So
maybe the mama trying to live through the daughter.
I mean, I think a lot of parents do that. I think particularly mothers they see a younger version more attractive, and it's the attention she's getting.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's my daughter. So when you see her, you see me. So I'm gonna make sure you dress like me. Make sure your hairstyle like me. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think, like I said, social media has tainted everything to what now is. I don't think we really, like I said, I don't think people are ready for what's coming down the pipeline within the next year with these cutting the jobs. You got 106,000 women losing their job. Yeah. You got, this is the lowest male workforce ever in history, I want to say.
What?
Yeah, this is the lowest, like when you look at workforce, as far as male participation.
Yeah.
This is the lowest it's ever been in history.
Well, we're going to play these two videos real quick. So this is the first one I just seen.
Grab my pants and started jacking it up. And I said, this is my type of Karen. This is my type of Karen.
At this point, where's the child daddy? Where's her daddy? It's not even about the mama no more, because the mama obviously not understanding what people trying to tell her. Where's this child daddy? And the fact that the daddy is most likely there too is what's really bothering me.
See, that's crazy, right? Let's play the next video you should.
When did this become acceptable, man?
The music alone, bro.
The music
alone.
What is this? How is this okay?
What Brad said, identification. She got a wig on, turned like a grown woman, putting on lipstick.
This is a 4-year-old girl. A 4-year. Why? What would cross your mind to say you to put that on her? What's wrong with you as the parent? Because you doing it.
I told you these people are retarded.
And he asked,
and that might sound simple as shit, but a lot of these parents are retarded.
I can agree to that. Yeah. She said the dad most likely there. I would say the dad most likely not. That she may have been.
I don't think the dad is there. And if he is, he's one of those daddies where the mama runs shit. So if she runs shit, he still ain't there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even if he is that he not there because he's not protecting his daughter. What man want to sit around and see grown men? And then all the videos, she the only child.
It's insane.
Twerking and dancing and gyrating like this, and we think this is okay. 4 years old.
And let's say if I had a 4-year-old son, right, and I may not take him to get tattooed, but I'm putting a little fake. You know, you just seen the baby with the fake tattoos on them.
You know, a girl went viral because she was pregnant, tatted, and then they was talking about how her baby was gonna come out. So after she had a baby, she got fake tattoos put on him.
Yeah,
and then started taking pictures of them. Then people was mad about that.
Yeah, so if I was dressed my little boy up like me with the tattoos and all of this, and you'll think I'm trying to recreate myself as a younger version of me. You see what I'm saying? So as they develop, okay, this is who I wanted to be. I can put the celebrity on them like we seeing here. Hey, get her popping on social media, take her to meet these stars, shit like that. So now, because she been on Jennifer Hudson show, so she pretty much got probably all type of deals on the table now. You see what I'm saying? So this is not gonna stop here. Yeah, but we hear about, again, going into the entertainment industry. We hear about the predators in there, the P. Diddy case alone, and you throwing your child right into that fray. You throwing your child. You gun ho on by putting your child.
And what's sad about it, we at least used to be able to speculate about it. I guess it's hard to speculate now because we got so much out there to see.
Yeah.
But we actually seeing your daughter get passed around and fondled by grown adults. And like I said, we just saying to men, ain't no telling how many women around there holding her, doing stuff. And then we see the paparazzi and the fandom and how people go crazy when they like fans. How do you know what kind of psychological abuse is this going to do for this child at 4 years old, been around this many adults, traveling? We seen what happened to Michael Jackson. He acted like he ain't had no childhood, so he didn't have a childhood, so he was just different. So when we talk about this girl doing this and being sexually exploited like this at a young age, I can only imagine what she'll be.
We have to redefine what's entertaining to us. Everything ain't motherfucking entertaining. Yeah, we have to redefine what entertainment is. That's not entertainment. It's nothing. I'm like, what you finna do this weekend, man? I'm going to see Miss Shirley. You know the little 4-year-old girl that be popping the fans? What?
A grown man telling you that would be weird. A grown man sound for go see a 4-year-old.
We got to redefine what. That's why I say we have to redefine. So going back to
they go say, I'm just supporting it. We got to support black women, young black girls.
Yeah, and like I said, with the guy saying, is he wrong? This is why he called CPS that right there.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? You're propping this baby up as a grown woman or an object,
right?
And she ain't gonna develop right. It's a developmental process with human beings.
Yeah,
you can't just have them thinking and operating in the space of adults at 4 years old.
Yeah,
you stupid.
I think that shit crazy. It's like I said, it's baffling to me, especially having children. And I just think about like my son, both my sons, they attractive young men. And like, I just think about with Trevor, and I told you we went to Florida and the older lady was like, oh, he's so handsome. I could just take him home with me. I would love to babysit him. I'm like, what?
It's crazy.
It's just weird.
weird, man. There's some weird people in the world. Like you gotta protect the babies, dog. You cannot just be fucking and
Brad said, unfortunately, this is an old practice.
This is old practice. You right.
So the next thing we're gonna get into, what you want to get into? The divestor.
Yeah, we got some more bad news.
Divestors. So divestors remorse. Let's play this video right here. Let's go.
The two were seen at 2 Milwaukee bars on April 1st, 2024, on a first date. Less than 24 hours later, Robinson's severed leg was found at Warnemont Park in Cudahy. In the days that followed, other human remains were later found in the area of 30th and Walnut, just blocks from where Robinson's car was found torched on the morning of April 2nd. Around that time, prosecutors say these surveillance photos are of Anderson leaving and hopping on a bus back to his Southside home. It's at that home investigators searched 2 days later, and where prosecutors believe Robinson went after leaving that Water Street bar.
What happened during those 3 hours at his home? Those are the questions that no one knows right now, and this jury trial is going to help us figure out what happened here.
The trial's likely to feature a lot of technical information, GPS, cell phone data, detailed scientific evidence. The state has...
Now, there's been a surge, and this is what I've been, like I said, when I'm working, I watch about 6 different YouTube channels about crime and these just homicides and more so of domestic nature. The amount of black women I've been seeing unalived by an ex, boyfriend, baby daddy, husband, etc., or even just set up by friends or just caught in the crossfire when it's, domestic, is alarming. And this is a rise as well. You got a trend where white men are unaliving black women, young black women, 19, 23. They're no older than 27. And you had to ask, what is a 19-year-old girl, or how is a 19-year-old girl in communication with I think it was 34?
Social media.
A 34-year-old white man, because there's this stigma that all white men got money. You look at him, and unless this woman is not fully developed, you would say, well, what is the attraction here?
What I always say about why black women get with white men, because it's easier for them to lie. So I could go and say, yeah, Chad, he got money, and then nobody will question it. Just like that Rose and her man, she got upset with him, then she spilled the beans. Excuse me, she spilled the beans. Oh yeah, I pay all the bills. You don't do nothing, whoop the whoop. But when y'all was happy in a relationship, you were saying your white man was paying all the bills and he was different than the black man. They got you pregnant once, your baby dad and all this, but you got upset. Now you telling the truth. Because when we look at statistics, white men only make statistically average like $2,000 more than black men.
Yeah.
So when we talk about money, yeah, you might have more richer men, but on the average, still the average working white man and black man are comparable to each other.
It's this shortcut to success, man. And I'm like, not you talking about they found this
shortcut. No pun intended.
Yeah, when you look at these, like I said, these murders, is some of them are so violent in nature. Is how am I picking, or how could I pick a person that'll do that to me?
Well, I'm gonna just say this. I don't necessarily think you pick that person, more so is the predator has been hunting so well. And the reason I say that is because this guy, he probably had the first body he dismembered. This is probably the one he got caught with.
Yeah, but she more likely initiated contact.
He a white man. I done heard white boys. I remember playing football and being on basketball teams. White boys talk about, hey, it's easy for us to fuck black chicks.
Yeah, it is. But even just take the race out, even the black, because a lot of the crimes, the cases I saw are black men. Mm-hmm. Even if you pick a black man that'll unalive you, versus this, say the dismemberment is very extreme. But even just the shooting you, the stabbing you, just unaliving you.
Well, okay. So we got two different dynamics. So it would be easier for you as a black woman to find a black man to shoot you. Reason being because most black men are raised by their mamas.
Yeah.
So you got a lack of emotional intelligence right there.
Yeah.
So that'll be easy to find. Now we're going to the opposite end. How do you get with a white man that's coming out here to dismember you? Those are just the crazy lunatic white men that's easy, that know that black women lust after them. Because like I said, I've been around a lot of white boys. They tell us, hey, it's easy for us to have sex. Just like that DJ up in South Carolina gave all them black women AIDS in the club.
That's crazy.
Because they lust after white man, and they try to act like, oh my God, the white man is so bad. They raped us and made mulatto babies and put them in the house. But if that was the case, y'all I would like to talk about slavery and the remnants of slavery, but y'all still out here. Like I said, if y'all can get over, the slave master coming and slap you across the face with his Peter Walker back then, and all of a sudden y'all just saying you can get over it. If you can get over the slave master slapping you across the Peter Walker back then, y'all can get over today.
Man, it's and it's a lot of them you can kind of see. Some of them you'll have the father, but the father is just oblivious as the mother. Like I'm gonna tell you what I noticed with kids. I can tell who raising who by the hairdo. When I see certain hairdos and just
instead of mother,
with the child.
Okay.
When I see it may be triggering offensive, but when I see the little boys and the kid with he got the blonde dread tip shade up with the crazy he got the purple dye and all that, earrings and all that bullshit on.
Yeah.
I know the child raised the motherfucking parents.
Yeah. I agree.
I know the child raised the parents, dog. You see the little girl, baby hairs, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
I seen a chick a post. She stated she dropped her daughter off at a pool party. And the daughter probably maybe anywhere from, let's say, 13 to 15 in that range. Or maybe 13 to 17. I'm not sure. I think it's middle school, high school range. Mm-hmm. Saying the little girls out there in thong bikinis.
First of all, I just to be honest, I'm not taking my daughter to no pool party.
Absolutely, fuck that.
And if I do, I'm going. I'm going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If I think it's harmless, y'all want to be kids around the pool, it's same thing as going to a beach, but a pool party throw by your peers, other kids at school, it'll kind of be, setting you back almost for me to put you in that environment. Little boys being, frisky, putting your bras on and your panties down and trying to finger you in the pool and shit. I ain't gonna put my daughter in no shit like that unless I'm there. Like if I'm there watching and seeing what's going on, bless you. If I'm watching, I'll go. I'll let you go. But to hear that kids out there in thong bikinis. Like, what would be the point? Like, some of the things I had to ask a parent, y'all bought y'all children that? Because at this age, they ain't old enough to drive to the store to go get the bikini now.
Now, what we do know, excuse me, we know we got the internet. We got Amazon, we got eBay, we got all these online platforms. We know the kids got the cell phones, the iPads.
But they also got Ring doorbell cameras on their house.
Yeah, again.
And when they come to the house, you get to see who drop it off.
Again.
And you get alerts on your phone when you get mail. So if I see something coming to my house, hey, what came to the house today?
Mama just got these shoes and these socks, and they ain't snuck the thong bikini, and that's what it is. So the mama, you again look at the daily.
Okay, let me ask you this
daily routine. Before you go, the daily routine of a parent going through. Hey, I gotta go pick up, gotta go pay bills, get food ready. Okay, like go on buy your cart. How much is it? $76? Mm-hmm. You got some little bullshit Nikes, your little shorts, your socks, your little whatever. You just snuck a little bathing suit in there. Mom ain't going through each individual package to see what's all in this motherfucker.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did your parents go through your room? Like, go through it?
Not really, because they ain't have they kind of knew I wasn't on no BS. And
that's if you know your okay, so you know you say you know your child.
Yeah.
My parents
now they probably I don't know they did, but again, if they did, they weren't gonna find her. Yeah, they weren't gonna find her anyway.
Okay, so like I remember my parents going through, like my mother go through drawers, going through closet, looking at the mattresses. Yeah. Like my mama was gonna go through my room. Like it was a rule in my house. We couldn't shut the door.
Yeah.
Now ain't no shutting. The only time you can shut the door is when you're in the bathroom, when you're putting your clothes on. But for the most part, the doors got to stay open in our house.
I was like that a little bit until I got older and mature. And like, okay, he a boy. He's 16, 17.
Yeah. Around that age, I said about the same thing.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
So like I said, it's just hard for me to just know that parents are out here just letting their daughters and their sons not checking behind them. Because I would check behind my child. I'd be going through drawers when they ain't there. And they ain't got to do it. They ain't got to know.
Yeah.
Just, I'm going to go check his room real quick, go through it. It's my house. I pay the bills.
And especially in this time, because I always say, like, I hear parents make this excuse where you used to do it, like, if you got a younger brother, younger sister, maybe 6 to 8 years apart or however many years apart, even if it's a year. Well, you used to do it. Well, the goal ain't to keep them doing the same shit I did. I equated it to like cars, and you look at the Benz. Mm-hmm. The 2024 Benz and 2025 gonna have way more features and be better than the 2017.
Right.
You shouldn't be talking about, well, the 2017 had it. No, we want this motherfucker better than that one.
Better, yeah.
So we got more information, we got more tech,
right?
More know-how, and they make this excuse to where you see the cycle. Well, like I said, rest in peace, LBG Duck. His mama, I think she lost like what 4 or 5
kids.
Come to the same shit. You gonna keep doing this? When you gonna what's the cutoff? Yep. So yeah, like I said, the
bro, just imagine you got 10 kids and lose 50% of them.
That's insane, dog. That's insane.
And lose half of your kids. That is fucking wild.
And you gotta add in this where. In the South, we had this misnomer, and I don't agree with it. Where you can't say nothing to your parents, and they always right, or you got to respect. They brought you in the world. I don't subscribe to that shit.
What you mean?
Like, if I see my parents on fuck shit, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be real stern, like, cause the fuck shit that you on warrants my reaction. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna address it like that.
You saying children should be able to check the parent?
At some age, once you mature enough to know what's going on and you see a cycle, hey, you doing fuck shit.
Yeah.
And I ain't with it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't talk to me like that because I brought you in. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I agree. I actually agree with that.
No, you ain't finna keep doing fuck shit under the guise of hell no.
That's why I told you like earlier when you asked about how the black woman to meet the guy that'll shoot you. How many guys are growing up with their mama? Like, I brought you in the world, I'm gonna take you out, or you're not supposed to question your mama, or we give the women the excuses. She tried her best, she was the only one there, she was working multiple jobs. Like, they get all these excuses for the mother to be lackluster, or a piss poor parent, or to cut corners in raising their children. And we see what happened. And now we got our I literally just seen a video last night. You might have even sent it to me. I seen it, but it was like a female police chief. She said, get your children. She's having a press conference and she has to speak to the parents of the city and tell them to get their children. We have our mayor in Birmingham, Alabama, trying to set curfews. We have whole melees and brawls down there at a park, brand new park, beautiful. Got skating, tennis, anything you want to do out there, but y'all going out there to fight.
Doing burnouts. And like I said, even going to some of the dads, like a lot of dads skate away and they like, well, how you there and you letting this shit go on?
Well, the mama running shit.
Exactly, like you there and it's like you ain't there.
That's
You
what
just
I'm saying.
You just a billfold.
They there, but they ain't there.
Like you know, I ain't gonna say nothing. Shit. I want to get some pussy tonight. I'm gonna let her, and that's really what it be. He don't want he don't want to disrupt nothing. Like you don't let fuck shit go on to keep shit. Nah.
We don't tell women who fix this description that they are losers enough. Yeah, they are losers.
It's always the men.
That's why I honestly, and I think Brad, you might have watched that Forever show. That's what I like about the Forever show.
I ain't watched it. I've been seeing people talk about it.
I like it. You know, it's the dude Ace Boogie from Paid in Full. Wood Harris.
Wood Harris. I like him. He good. He created the show.
No, he's the dad in it.
Okay.
But he's a strong black dad. The mama say something, he say, "Hey, no, what I say, you go do it. Go get your girl." Because she was like one of the incidents. You know, he was like, basically, his son wanted to go get his girlfriend. The mom was like, "No, it's too late." He was like, "You know, go get your girlfriend. Go pick her up. Y'all go chill at a well-lit place. You know what to do in case the police stop you and all of that. And go get your girl and come back. Text us on when you get her. Text us when you're on your way back, and you go do it." And then the mama just looking crazy, but he put his foot down. It's multiple incidences in that show where he's putting his foot down over his wife. I like this. Yeah, and then like he's like, "Hey, you've been too overbearing on the boy. Let him grow up." Whoop, all this, you know, her mama was so big on him being with a black woman, and the black woman he choose ain't the best. You know,
I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
but like I said, with this chick, you picked and got up with a 34-year-old that dismembered you.
Yeah,
like I know it sick people out. Like I can't imagine me picking a chick that would have this type of. You see, there will be this type of predator that'll do something to me. I can't.
But you don't see. That's the thing. I don't think you would know, because that's the whole point of me being a predator. If you look at predators,
you would know, dog. Yeah, you would.
No, because if you look at that predators hunt, typically they get you by surprise. When you see a lion or a cheetah or anything that's finna get its prey, typically they just snuck up on you, and then by the time you realize what's going on, your ass is grass.
I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Right, like they got Craigslist and Marketplace. They done had little issues where I got robbed over here, woo. I done got, beat up, whatever. The smart one said, "Hey, meet me at the police station. I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
Meet me at the police station."
Mm-hmm.
That's so 19 to 34. Then this dude looks sketchy. This one look like my old run-of-the-mill, clean-cut white boy. He don't like he working at a corporate job. You just look at him. Look at his presentation.
But what if she dealt with a lot of white boys that look like him and ain't nothing ever went to Ray?
But this 34. We gotta meet. We gonna go here first. It gotta be to the point. I'm saying the vetting process should still be. Now he could just be cunning, but the vetting process to where
because basically what you're saying is
I'm hunting for red flags.
I get it, but basically you saying she knows and she sees this, but she does it anyway. She said, "Fuck it, it's a red flag," but I'm saying fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't believe people do that, especially with me first time. It's hard for me to believe that if I see a red flag over a stranger that I don't know I'm finna go meet for the first time or whatever, I'm just gonna say, okay, it's a red flag, but fuck it, I just want to have fun.
We'll benefit of the doubt. People say, think about it. Like it's some like if we're being online, it's certain like stuff I'm gonna do to mitigate because I see patterns. Oh damn, she won't. If I meet a chick online, she trying to get me over. I got a number at 703. Mm-hmm. She trying to get me over there at 819. Mm-hmm. Thirsty. Something up with this. That's my senses going out. Some up with this. Like, and then I said,
I have.
Now I ain't saying I haven't. Okay. I'm saying now it's way more access to information. Now, I may have did that pre-social media. Mm-hmm. I ain't had this. I'm saying we got information endless now to know what's going on. From I say that era or that started, let's say 2016, where you really got it at your fingertips. Yeah. I really got it. 16 to now should be everything is calculated.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna always say this. There's a lot of people slow out there.
Yeah.
One, I don't think a lot of people that go. You got to think about it. Even how we meet people, the human interaction is off.
Yeah.
So even meeting somebody online is not even the natural way that we are supposed to meet people. So it'll be hard for you to really just vet a person you meet online like that. Now, if I seen them or around them, I got some people I can ask some questions about, cool. But if I'm on a date, let's say I'm on Facebook dating app and I see this dude 34 years old, because in that picture, he looks crazy, but we don't know what his profile picture look like. We don't know what picture he sent her. We don't know what his profile looks like and how many, these pictures he looked, well put together, hair looked groomed, he looked, presentable, maybe like he worked out. We don't know. But now he just got done committing a crime though. So he looks crazy because he just committed a crime.
Even on the surveillance. Yeah. So let's say I'm 18. I'm like, hey dog, I got this 31-year-old. I'm saying 18. It's a hypothetical. I'm 18, man. I got this 31-year-old chick coming at me, kind of. No, y'all ever deal with that? Oh, I'm gonna talk to my dad. Daddy, I just 30. He like, she's 31. Let me see. Let me like, oh, she doing what? She's that thirsty? That's a predator, dog.
Yeah.
How many 34? How many? This is she 19? She got peers. Let's say from 17 to 19 in her age group. All of them, the average friend ain't fucking with no 34-year-old white man. Where you got that shit from? Your homegirls ain't coming to you and calling you on 3-way and FaceTime. Yeah, I just met with my 34-year-old white boyfriend. Girl, I just met with my 31-year-old white boyfriend. Girl, I just met with my 30. They not doing that. So if you in this lane doing this and you where you getting it from?
See, so you saying that's not what they doing.
If she 19, she probably just graduated high school. Yeah. You got a friend group and you got your associates here, there, and there.
Well, okay, so
your homegirls ain't doing that shit.
Let me say this. You don't know she's a black chick who's around white girls, though. So we have seen them black, there'll be the one black chick or the one black dude with a group full of white people. And we know a lot of white people.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
We know a lot of white people. They older. Because I got a bunch of white, when I went to St. Clair's, a bunch of white girls when we graduated high school, about 22, marrying somebody in their 30s. Like, it's one girl right now. I want to say her name. Beautiful white girl. Bad, nice body, everything. Her dude, he probably like 50.
You're right. They do that.
So that's what I'm saying. You just never know what for you talk about friend group. When you think of that, we always see like the little one-off black girl and just even looking at her, she looked like the type that'll be with you know what I'm saying? A group with full of white people.
Yeah, that's true. So, I didn't think about it.
Yeah. So like I said, it is hard. Like I said,
you gonna chop me up. I picked the person that'll chop me up.
You don't know. I don't think
What a
nigga look like that chop you up. They describe a chopper up right
It's now. Gonna be some that's good. It's gonna be
describe a nigga. Just tell me for right now. You telling your son right now, a woman that's an expert ain't gonna dismember you. What she look like though?
I ain't gonna say it's a look. However, I'm gonna say there's gonna be attributes.
That's all we can go by is looks.
But I'm gonna paint a picture. Okay, let's say I meet this chick online. Hey, let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Shit, we can get some wings, shit, drink some beer. I'm looking at hygiene, smell, presentation, energy, eye contact. We're gonna do this a few times. We're gonna go here, then we're gonna go here. I'm gonna see what space you uncomfortable at. Hey, my buddies, you see what I'm saying?
No. Stop. No, I can't let you go right there.
Yeah.
So you gonna tell me you gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings a couple times with her?
I'm just saying Buffalo Wild Wings and other places.
I'm just using it. I get you. Yeah. Okay, so your first time go to Buffalo Wild Wings, right? Yeah. So you trying to get to know her, you look, smell all that type of shit, right?
Again, because this let's make sure we got everything in context.
Go ahead.
This is she 19, he 34. What this 16? No,
16.
15-year difference.
Okay.
This is a 15-year difference between me and this chick.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I'm the older or younger.
Okay.
I'm approaching it as if I don't think your everyday run-of-the-mill interactions is a 15-year age gap. I don't give a fuck where you at. So I gotta make sure that, hey, damn, but you motherfucking 60, you wanna what? That's funny. All right. And I'm entertaining. So a lot of things gotta pass the threshold. I gotta be attractive, you gotta have a look. I'm still like, hey, let's go here and see what's going on.
Okay. So
this ain't normal.
Let's start right where you just said. Let's start where you said. Right.
Yeah.
So on your first interaction, if you still 19 and she 34 and she's done this, she's the predator, right?
Yeah.
She's the chopper upper.
Yeah.
Your first encounter could be, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, get me and pee. You come back and you drink your sweet tea. Now she'd have put a roof at your motherfucking sweet tea. You don't even, like I said, you don't know because you haven't been in this situation. You're thinking you could trust somebody. And we done seen plenty of times like the girls that got convicted in Vegas. Same thing. They was in Vegas down there with the dude playing, on the craps tables or whatever. I don't know. I don't gamble, but they was gambling. They end up putting something in his drink. You see them carrying him. They all laugh like they laugh to carry him back and kill him and take his money.
But I do want, like I said, because we have the conversation, but I'm exposing what we're finna get into now.
Okay.
That's why I say you doing this in 2022, whatever. And we're in this age of information where I got a bank of information.
Right.
And I should have my parents. So you doing something strange. It ain't a parent that you ain't ran this by no parent.
But that's the thing. I'm doing something strange. It's the key element of this. If I'm doing something out of the norm, most, I'm not saying all, but I don't think most kids are going to come because you got to think of it. If I'm 19, finna get ready, think I'm finna smash a 34-year-old, I'm not really finna go tell my dad or my mama because I don't want them to impede on that. I'm thinking with my dick at this point. So it's not like I'm going to say, hey, dad, what you think about this 34-year-old? Hey, mom, what you think about this 34-year-old? You already know your mom will be like 34 dealing with a younger dude. She already know that she axing that out automatically. Then
and the dad going to X out the black with the daughter. That's my point.
But I'm saying you're doing something that's strange. Typically, when kids know they're doing something that's out of the norm when they're not supposed to be doing it, they're not going to bring that information to your parents. It's like me saying, hey, daddy, can I go have sex? And you tell your dad I want to have sex with this dude. You gonna think he gonna say okay? You can be like, of course he's not gonna say okay.
Okay, right. And that's why
you're going to sneak and do it.
But what you mentioned it earlier, you like your parents, you going through the rooms and shit.
Yeah.
The parents, they're at fault because they letting this young girl, because you just got out of high school, you letting this young girl run rampant and you ain't checking. The parents supposed to have access to everything on that goddamn phone.
Okay, let's say I agree.
Yeah.
Every waking moment would be hard to keep track of a 19-year-old woman. So this one little spinoff, let's say I got track of her 80% of the time, 20% of the time, I still gotta let her grow up now.
I get it.
She can go fight in the war right now. She go shoot a motherfucking gun and blow some babies' heads off. So it'll be hard for me to just be like, oh, every waking moment I'm tracking her phone. I got a little, they got the little parent shit where you can copy their phone.
Chaperone.
Yeah, a little shit that she don't even know that I'm looking at her phone, text message, all that. Okay, cool.
You get a notification, I get a notification.
Right, but let's say she gets to the point now she understands. Maybe she like, damn, my mom and dad know everything I'm doing. I'm gonna go buy my own phone. Or let's say she got a burner phone. Oh, we just never know. Like I said, our kids do these things to avoid and elude the bullshit they want to do because it's kind of like they want to spread their wings, even though we're trying to keep them in this safety net. They want to spread their wings a little bit and try to understand and grow. And sometimes them bumps in the road help them mature just as well. And they have to hit these bumps in the road so when you tell them some shit, they'll be more willing to listen to you. They don't experience shit and they think that you telling them something they don't get a chance to experience, be like, okay, mom and daddy was right about that. Maybe I need to listen. So that's what I'm saying. That one spin, that could have, I don't know if they went on multiple dates on this thing. I don't know. But if it was like the first date, she meet this guy, my first spin off.
You going to the house? That alone is just bare minimum etiquette. You don't go to no man out the first time you meet him.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I agree, but we know that it's people, just like we talk about Miss Shirley. It's people, we think we looking at people that's crazy going to see a 4-year-old girl, but there's people doing it.
Yeah.
So just like we would say, hey, you wouldn't go to no girl, no, you don't go to no man's house the first time you meet him. But it's women doing it. You'd had some chicks pull to your house first night.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Yeah. But I'm still thinking they stupid for doing it because I
think so too.
I
crazy. Agree. If they pull up to my house too, I think the bitch dumb too.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah.
But they do it though.
They do it.
Dumb or not, and whatever I think about her, dumb or not, she's still here right now, and I can have a big ass chainsaw in the back for the Tony Montana her ass.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
that's crazy.
You never know, but it happens. She pulled up.
Damn.
People do dumb things. People don't have the wherewithal. And I'm honestly, I think, especially with women, I don't think, because I've been having this conversation too with women. How many of y'all actually talk about death in y'all friend group? Women don't talk about death. Yeah. It's like it's not even a thing that ever really happens.
Yeah, it can happen to them on some shit like that.
Yeah, but women never talk about death. Yeah. Like I've asked probably about 7 women, and I think one, and my wife is the only one that said it because her friend was in a near-death car accident, and that gets brought up a lot between them two in conversation. But she said even in her other friend group, they never talk about death. Now, how many times we didn't talk about suicide as men, mental health, like actual mental health, people getting killed, or the recklessness of life. Like, women don't think about stuff like that, so they be lackadaisical. They be just thinking like, I'm finna go over here and give me some Peter Walker today.
Before we transition to the Job Corp, but like I've seen so many like these cases, it's always this. It's the same aesthetic. Baby hairs. I'm an influencer. TikTok dances. Yeah. I'm in Miami on the yacht partying. Mm-hmm. A lot of partying is factored into these situations. And I'm like, how y'all all find yourself going out the same or a similar fashion? It's the same way. I'm like, y'all ain't seeing it. This is the same chick with a different name in a different city going out the same way this other chick went out.
And you know why that happens? Because predators learn patterns. Yep. And so since I know this pattern, I've seen it before. Just like I can look at somebody and see if they move, but I'm seasoned enough. I've been out there enough. I've been in clubs and different situations, near death experiences and stuff like that. Talk to people, had conversation. We got the podcast, see how people's minds work. So I'm seasoned enough to know that, hey, this shit don't feel right. Most people don't have that. Yeah. That shit to keep you alive. Yeah, discernment.
The intuition.
They don't have that. And it's scary, but it is what it is. Dang, that girl got chopped up. If y'all watching, y'all make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. If y'all want to call in, y'all make sure y'all call in right now. It's accepting phone calls. We're finna go on to the next video. We're finna talk about Job Corp. Let me play this video right here.
A sad scene Friday afternoon. Dozens lugged garbage bags full of their belongings, some into their parents' trunks, and others, well, they didn't have anywhere to go.
The staff, they had us go to the wreck at about 1:30, and they broke the news to us, and they had us go to the dorms, pack our stuff.
The staff on site would not say a word to us, but sources tell us it was shut down after recent cuts at the Department of Labor, which oversees the program.
I didn't want him to be a statistic, so I wanted him to be focused and get his education.
16-year-old Carlton Davis lived here, and his mom recently lost their house, and there's more.
I have breast cancer surgery next week, so now I'm debating having my surgery canceled so I can make sure my son is okay.
I'm livid. I am livid. I cannot believe this.
Community activist Pastor Mo trying to help out here after getting calls from frantic mothers. He's worried about the short and long-term solutions for these kids.
The ones who are trying to get it right. This is why I'm so pissed off. These are not kids who are in a youth home who got caught in a crime. These are kids who's trying.
Dependency.
And that's one thing I have been thinking about so long, and just what I'm doing to have your livelihood and future in the hands of other people. It is a very risque. We've been seeing the job market and been the losses and the mergers. We've been seeing this, especially in the last 2 years.
Yep.
The way these layoffs have been coming down, people think that their job is permanent. These folks are about that bottom dollar. If they get some robots that can do what you do, right, answer their phone, whatever the case may be, move them boxes, they're going to use that because the robots and all the automation don't call off. They don't need maternity leave. They don't need, you see what I'm saying? So
6 days and shit.
It's always in your best interest to develop something that's going to generate some type of revenue for you. It may not be a lot of money at first, but you build it into what it needs to be that way because you can't fire yourself.
Right.
You know, you need to make sure you're investing in yourself and putting yourself in a space to, you see, not because they saying these are not trouble, these are not the problematic kids. Mm-hmm. These are kids that are looking to do something with their life and they get cut because I don't think they understand where they are. not saying in life, but the geographically, like you're in America, this ain't what it is being sold as. You see what I'm saying? So
see, the thing is, I don't really care if they the problematic kids or not. When you're dependent on somebody, it always can end like this. And since y'all talk about their behavior so much, if they're not the problematic kids, they can go find them something else to do. And if it's just Job Corps, I don't know the age, but they can end up going to the military or something like that. Military will always be hiring. It might downsize or something like that, but they always gonna hire. Like I said, Amazon got automated pallet jacks. They got automated trucks now. They talking about the workforce in 2030.
Yeah.
30% of the workforce is going to be cut because of automation. So when we have these type of conversations, you got to just keep your head on the swivel and keep paying attention to what's going on to the job market. 106,000 black women got laid off or fired in April. Like, it was a point in time 2 years ago during COVID, 2 or 3 years ago during COVID, you had Amazon 4,000 here. You had Stellantis laying off 1,000. You had companies closed. They had a Coca-Cola company, Party City. Like, we were seeing so many companies that just going belly up, closing their doors, firing thousands, not hundreds, thousands of people at a time throughout the company. So being dependent on these jobs is like one of the dumbest and stupidest things that you can really do. And most of the stuff you need to make sure it's kind of like what they call a recession proof. Most of the stuff that you get into, computers, whatever it is, whatever you decide to make, go work for yourself. You got to make sure that it is always about you working for yourself, don't having to worry about nobody else. Like I said, that sick time. And I just think about this, even at my job now, they'll give me sick time, vacation time, and floating holiday time. These are the things that they give me. But even when I say, hey, I'm going to take off, I work for it, I got the time. Well, you sure you need to take off right now? They give it to you, but they don't really want you to take off.
Yeah, thanks.
That's crazy. You give me, you claim I work for it, but then when I ask for it, now it's an issue.
I saw the video and we should have played it where the guy worked for, it wasn't Burger King. It may have been Burger King. It was a Burger King employee and a 7-Eleven employee. You're talking 27 years and 47 years. And they gave like a bowl of candy and some bullshit. Just something that's probably less than $200 in value for 20 plus years of my loyalty.
That's a fucking slap in the face.
That's a slap in the damn face. When your CEO just got a $4 million bonus just for having a good year last year.
Right.
I done gave you 20 good years. You give me a $200 gift basket?
Yeah.
Man, you get out of my face.
That lets you know what's really going on, because you got to think about it. The CEO can't make no money without the workers, but the workers the ones that get shitted on. How the hierarchies of things and who gets rewarded for shit is crazy. The person that's probably the CEO probably doing the less work. He just a figurehead, just the face of it. Act like he means and maybe go and structure some deals or something like that. But the actual people, the managers, the people that's going to flip burgers and clean up parking lots and toilets and stuff like that, those are the people that actually keep the company going.
Man, when I was at State Farm, I'm gonna say their name, they changed our pay like 3 times within like the first year, maybe. Talking about I said, this how you know y'all full of shit.
Yeah.
You coming back, we're gonna adjust it to this. You knew it should have been there from the gate.
Yeah.
You talking $1 billion, multi-billion-dollar insurance company.
Yeah.
Trying to pay pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
So I think, like I said, these corporations, they don't care about you. They will get rid of you to save some damn money.
Yeah.
And people are going to be out here scrambling, losing it. I see the videos on TikTok, Instagram. These people are losing everything simultaneously. The cars, facing eviction. A lot of things are happening very, very fast because it's just this. We got so complacent and dependent on jobs because I always had one.
Now you're speaking about like repossession of cars. I be watching these couple of guys. You might watch them too. Like they be on TikTok and Facebook and just different like YouTube. And they go to a lot of these car auctions. They be talking about how like the quality of cars is better in these auctions because people only get a car and can only pay for it on 6 months. So you got a brand new truck that's probably been discounted $20,000-$30,000. I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna resell it. And I ain't even got to mark it up that high to resell it again on the lot. And I done made $10,000 real quick.
Yep.
It is crazy. Like I forgot his name, not George. George is the
dude upstate with the exotic car lot.
That's George upstate.
That's George, yeah.
The one I'm talking about, I think he in Atlanta. I think his name is Sharif or something like that. He like an Arab dude.
I don't know if I follow him.
Yeah, but I follow him, and that's all he do. He go to the auction and he'll show like, look at these cars. Like this car's a 2022 Scat Pack, 2022 Hellcat. Look at the miles on it. Only 10,000 miles on it. I wonder what's wrong with it. He crank it up, sound good, and he go get into it. Find out. Oh, they only paid.
It's two white guys I follow on YouTube. They do that same thing. Show it's a running. They call it a running and drive. I mean, you can run it and you can drive.
Yeah.
So it be damaged. Some of them be damaged. They go to like man, what's the total loss little yard?
Savage Yard.
Yeah, what is it called?
I don't know.
Not Pilot. Is it Pilot? No.
Pull apart?
Not Pull Apart. It's a company and they do salvage titles. I can't think of the name, but they just get the wrecked cars. If they take them to this yard and then people will come by them and fix them up. Goon Squad in Tennessee, they got a big channel. 2 young white guys, and I think they mix with some, but they be fixing up Hellcats, Trackhawks, Lamborghinis, Jeep Wranglers. They be doing it all. Benzes, they be doing Ferraris, and they'll auction them off and give them away. You know, I'm talking about probably 1.8 million subscribers on YouTube.
Dang.
But yeah, like I said, these jobs, man, they're not going to be loyal to you, and you're going to give them all your loyalty.
That's the sad part. That's why I tell people I ain't scared to quit a job. Like I think around 24, by the time it was around the age, I was like, man, I don't really give a fuck about losing a job. I get another, especially like I'm in trucking, so they got such a big shortage. Like I know a guy, he got fired from my job 3 weeks and had another job in 2 days. The only good part about it right now is, we ain't worried about automation just yet, but I just seen a video last week. They was talking about that how in Texas, they do have a lot of automated trucks on the highways and stuff. So that's the only thing you got to worry about now is the automation with the trucks. But, it is what it is. All this shit. My mind is who is going to buy all this shit when everything's automated?
I think a lot of stuff also, the luxury goods that people buy, because that's where a lot of our revenue for the country is buying bullshit, alcohol, your designer, your J's. If you just look at these companies, the amount of money Jordan and Nike making, it's insane. You cut that. We done made so much money. We got a big surplus of money. We don't need no more. We good. Cut that shit off. Louis Vuitton. You thought you was gonna spend all right, cut that off. We done made enough money. We finna do something else that the money ain't gonna be necessary anyway.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So they always got a banana in the tailpipe waiting for us, but we're not proactive at it.
Yeah. Like I said, if y'all want to call in, y'all make sure y'all call in. We talked about Miss Shirley today, the 4-year-old boots on the ground girl, shaking, boots scooting the boogie and twerking with all her tight clothes on. Do y'all feel like that was okay? We talked about the girl that got dismembered, and I don't know why it's funny to me, but I just always think it's funny because a lot of the divestors and the swirlers swear that getting a white man's gonna be better until you find out you didn't date